We about to do it, bitches. Man, what is going on? Welcome to the Gorilla Underground, ladies and gents. Hey, over at theinfinitefringe.podbean.com, there's at least 1,000 of you there. That's fucking dope. All of you who have stuck around all this time, the hardcores, the reals. What's up? And thank you very, very much. Very happy to see that. I just checked the numbers right now. It's like 1,000 people. Very nice. I will take it. What is going on? Hey, Candice Owens talking nonsense. Lindsey Graham is dead. God bless him. Although not the nicest person in the world, although one of my friends, a Ukrainian friend that I had, turned around and told me, like, Lindsey Graham was a big friend of the Ukrainian people. And I told him Lindsey Graham is a bad guy. He was a bad guy, at least the way he presented himself. I'm sure he had people that loved him. I'm sure that there are people that would push back on what I was saying. But what I saw, the Lindsey Graham that was presented to me, I didn't particularly like very much. God bless him. But hey, it had to be Russia. Russia killed Lindsey Graham because people don't die of heart attacks. It doesn't happen. Heart disease isn't the number one killer in America. This isn't a thing. The Russians had to do it. It had to be the Russians. You get it? It had to be the Russians. Or like Candice Owens likes to say, we don't know, but we know. Just so I'm going to play that for you. I'm going to play it for you right now. We don't know, but we know. Sounds like you don't know a damn thing. Miss Candice Owens continuing to push and push and push in order to dig in your pockets. All right, there's a couple of possibilities here. Either she's a true believer. It's very, very possible. Or she knows it's complete bullshit and she's selling you stuff and resting on your clicks. And I know she's selling shit because I'm about to play it. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, you don't know. But we know. I know that sounds crazy, but people tend to gravitate towards Candice Owens and all the ridiculous shit that she puts out there week after or day after day. I have never listened to her show in totality. I listened to the interview she did with Hunter Biden, and of course I get clips of the nonsense she says. She has become Alex Jones to the new generation of conspiracy theorists and people that still want to hold on to the narratives, people that still want to cling to their beliefs because maybe their ego is getting in the way and won't allow them to say that, hey, I was really wrong about this. There's a lot of people that have turned, and to all the people that sent me messages and posted stuff on YouTube, man, I appreciate the hell out of it, man. It was so good. It felt so good to see so many people resonate with what I was saying on the Infinite Fringe. The newest episode that we dropped. It wasn't even really an episode. It was just like an introduction to what I plan to do moving forward. And this will be one of them here at the Gorilla Underground. But we're going to talk about all of this stuff. Look at my guy. My guy Twisted is here. What up, Twisted? How you doing?
I didn't know you were going to put me on so quickly.
Well, I could put you back. We could.
No.
No. He's gone. There he goes. I could do that. I could make him disappear just like that. Just like that. I learned that in my travel. Let me bring him back real quick. You want me to make you disappear?
I'm digging up my nose.
Hey, yeah, I told you I was going to rant for a little bit, but you're more than welcome to rant along with me. I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to my brothers and my sisters throughout the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of amped right now because there's still people on my podcast. After years of inactivity, there's still people there. I just checked it before going on live, and I'm like, oh my God, there's still people there. And I really appreciate it. So it gave me a little bit of life. You understand? So now I really want to rant, although I wanted to rant to begin with. But let me say what's up to the people that are here live with me today. Mr. Angry Tiger, listen, Mr. Tiger. Candice Owens is actively pushing bullshit and people are believing it. And Lindsey Graham, no way in hell he could have had a heart attack. 71 years old. It happens to people left and right, but let's ignore that aspect of things. The Russians had him killed, or the Iranians, right? They're taking credit for it. Just saying, Mr. Angry Tiger, go check out his show and his DJ sets. Angry Tiger's the dude. Liz, the Iron Maiden, is in the chat. So what do I owe the honor? Liz has been around since TFR. I think Twisted doesn't even know what TFR was. You know, Liz has been around since then, since the heyday when we used to do live radio and thousands of people would get together and listen collectively. You know, back in the day, it was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun for a long, long time being at TFR. I would have done a lot of things differently, but it was a lot of fun. And I thank the Geos for the opportunity. What's up, Chris and Cherie Geo? I haven't spoken to them in a long time, but just saying, trying to be grateful. Colin Wysong is in the chat. What's up, Colin? All facts, all day. My boy Garrett is in the chat. What's up, buddy? How you doing? It's always good to see you, S90. What's up, S90? What's going on, my dude? You got to come on. You got to come on at some point. Big Ray Hernandez is here. Holy shit. That's, celebrities in the chat today, ladies and gentlemen, all over. And I'm going to check Rumble before the end of it. But anyway, we're going to talk about all of this shit. Twisted, you and I have been talking back and forth about the Tyler Robinson case and how the alternative media is really just showing their ass on this, so we will get into that guaranteed, but I do want to talk about Lindsey Graham a little bit. The holy war is going on right now. The negotiator, the most brilliant negotiator in the history of negotiations, the deal maker, the most brilliant man on the planet, genius upon all geniuses, Mr. Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States. Yes, clap for the dude. Clap for the dude. Bring on Armageddon.
35 peace deals in 1 week.
In 1 week. In a week. Knocking out the peace deals. He said he was going to end the war in Ukraine and Russia in 24 hours. That shit's still going on, and it's been, almost 2 years now since we've had this buffoon in office.
I think it's escalating, actually.
Yes, everything is getting worse. Nothing is getting better. So yes, absolutely. But now, of course, he rips up the deal that Obama had in place just because it had Obama's name on it, and now it's worse than what it was before Obama got a hold of it. You know what I mean? Before that agreement, it's worse than what that agreement put forth. What's going on right now? And he said he was going to end it, and he was the peace president. And that he was going to open up the Straits of Hormuz. And of course, it is closed again. And now his way of negotiating is we're going to bomb the hell out of them. They're bombing them right now, Twisted. And you know why this it concerns me for obvious reasons, right? We don't want the war. We don't want any of that stuff. But these fucking people are batshit crazy. And I mean on a religious batshit crazy level. They want to bring Armageddon. They want this. This is what they want to do, admittedly. The Christian nationalists, the people that are in that cult. And we will
hey, relax. I'm just playing.
I know you just play. I know. I'm talking to the people. I'm trying to reach out. If you are in a cult or you've been in a cult or anything like that, reach out to me. I want to talk to you. I'd love to talk to you. Yes, and I'm talking to Neil Sanders this week because he and I were over at Iconic together. We started that platform. We were invited to help launch that platform, not that we started it ourselves, and we came out of there 2 different people, both of us. And I want to talk to him about the possibility that we were in a leaderless cult. So we'll be talking about that. Lord willing, we'll get that recorded for you and throw it up. But there'll be more of that here in the Gorilla Underground, and we'll do some Infinite Fringe episodes. I want to talk some Fringe stuff also. So we'll do a little bit of that. But it's a holy war, Twisted, that these people are trying to put forth. Of course, there are geopolitical things at play here, but at the core of it, these people want to bring about Armageddon, and they're not shy about talking about it. We will play Doug Wilson's stupid ass. He was he was given an interview, and he was talking about how he doesn't want women to vote and the things that he wants to implement here in the United States. He was at the Pentagon, guest of drunken Pete Hegseth. Very Christian people. Yeah, that's another thing.
Real alpha male.
Oh my God, the realest alpha male. These people that call themselves Christian, right? They want to be Christians. They are. Nobody else is a Christian, but they will turn around and bomb brown people across the earth with no problem. People will die. They will take away medical assistance from people here in the United States. They will take away food assistance from people here in the United States. Real Christian-like. Very Christian people. So we're going to play a little bit of that, and we're going to play a little bit of Lindsey Graham talking about how he wants to flatten the Middle East. Let me get some thoughts from you, Twisted. What have you been thinking about all of this? They're actively pushing the Russia conspiracy. Russia did it. Russia killed Lindsey Graham, and there's I don't know if the Iran Lego video is real. I've gotten to the point where I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. I just don't. And so I don't know if that's just like fake. I don't know who put it out, but there is a Lego video that is circulating, talking about that Iran put it out, trolling Lindsey Graham's death. Sir, and Mitch McConnell may or may not be dead as well. Just saying. There's a video of him doing the Thriller dance as a zombie. It's pretty funny. What's up, buddy? What's going on?
Well, just like Lindsey, I'm broadcasting from the closet.
Jesus.
So,
Holy crap.
And I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take these conspiracies no more.
Yo, and that's another thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm glad you brought that up. Listen, don't be like Lindsey Graham, even though I think Lindsey Graham had the greatest time of his life in the closet, but if you're going to live that life, live it openly and freely. Everybody knew Lindsey Graham was gay. Everyone, but he couldn't come out and say he was. Just be gay. You're not going to change it. Just be gay. Go ahead and be gay. Nothing wrong with it, dude. Well, he obviously thought there was something wrong with it. But hey, if you're feeling those types of feelings, just come out. All right. Don't be Lindsey Graham. You get heart attacks for shit like that. All right, buddy. What's up?
The Ukrainian gay bars. Woo, ain't no joke over there. They tore Lindsey up. Boy came out wobbling. Couldn't breathe no more. I really don't. I know from what you told me about him. He was 71. He didn't look. He was always red and kind of bloated looking. He didn't take. I'm sure he didn't do his cardio, so it makes sense that he probably, died of just as simple as that.
Right.
Stuff happens. I highly doubt anybody in any power structure, whether it be Russia or the United States, will want him gone, because he was a big guy behind the scenes for all the arms dealers. He knew everything inside out in the Ukraine in terms of what the power structure wanted to push and whatnot. So he was a big player in that world, I would assume. I have no proof of that, but in terms of what his stocks and where he was making his money from, but he was always pushing for the war and all that. And I highly doubt Russia would do something so provocative when they're actually probably trying to figure out a way to make some kind of deal. The last thing they want to do is take out a senator with, even though the people don't like Lindsey Graham, the power structure loved him. And so I don't think Putin would be such a fool. He's not even that important in the sense that taking him out and does what? He's been replaced by his daughter now. So what? Okay, what now? You know what I'm saying?
And he's been talking this crap forever and ever. So why would they kill him now?
Exactly.
Right.
Or they could have exposed him and embarrassed him if he really was gay. We just say that, but there's no proof that I have other than the way he talked and looked. And
yeah.
sucked
No.
cock, but
There's also people going around saying that that he used to hire male prostitutes. Listen, that shit, I believe it. I mean, I have no proof of it, but I believe it. And he never got married. He never had a partner, as far as I know. They called him Lady G. I mean, this was open. So, hey, God bless him. But people get heart attacks. This is what I'm trying to say about. We're so quick to want to believe these things, and we were talking about it on America Unplugged with Ashley. What's up, Ashley? And of course, Don Jeffries, the legendary. But I spoke about it with Don, and Don is like, I want to believe these things, and I will never believe any evidence to the contrary. He admitted this. I will never believe anything that to the contrary of the story that Candice Owens is feeding me about Tyler Robinson. I won't believe it. We're gonna play Candice Owens real quick right now. I just found this clip before going live. Mr. Dustin Helms is in the chat. Original G, mystery level intelligence from the Babylonian mystery schools. I mean, super 200 IQ. Mr. Dustin Helms is in the chat. To what do we owe the honor? S90, you too. You're initiated into the Babylonian mystery schools. Don't worry about it. I know you don't want to be, but you're in by default. Okay, let me play Candice Owens real quick. Digging in your pockets. Anyone that's listening to this now, anyone that's listening to this after the fact, Candice Owens wants to dig in your pockets. Even if she's a true believer, she's looking at ways to monetize the bullshit that she is talking because she knows that you guys will buy it. Now, listen to this. Some genius put this together of a year of her pushing this bullshit. All right.
We don't know, but we know that something's wrong with this. I think the person in the maroon that's walking is different from the person that's walking up the stairs. It's a gut thing, okay? I don't know, but I know.
Where have we heard this before?
Candace Jones.
Shit. Right. It's a gut thing. We don't know, but we know. So what exactly do you know if you don't know? Like, we don't know, meaning she does not know shit. She's telling you right now. You want to talk about revelation of the method? She's telling you she does not have a clue about any of this. But she knows. She knows.
Okay. I don't know, but I know. We don't know, but we know. So do not stop asking questions. I don't know, but I know. You know?
Yeah, now.
I don't know, but I know.
What's that, Twister? What were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just trying to predict what she said, and she said it. She goes, I know. Don't you know no good?
Okay. We don't know, but we know. You know? We don't know, but we know. And soon, we're going to know. By the way, we do have some new merch. We don't know.
Oh, by the way, let's not let that, run away from us. By the way, we do have some new merch. Oh, by the way, I don't know shit. I don't know, but I know. But I just want to tell you real quick, one thing that I do know is that your stupid ass is going to buy this mug and I'm going to sell it to you at a premium price. So let me plug that real quick, because if there's anything that I actually know is that I want to dig in your pockets and take your shit.
The Patriot boner pills. Do it for your country.
We don't know, but we know is the new Stannis cup that just dropped. It's pretty good. We don't know, but we know. And
made in China.
We're about to know, if you know what I mean. You can buy our We Don't Know, but we know brand stuff. Like I said, we restocked those cups. We don't know, but we know, and we don't know it. We don't.
No, I mean,
is that what it says in the merch?
I
don't know, but we know.
Listen. I don't know, but I know.
No.
I have no fucking clue what it says on the fucking thing. I'm assuming that that's what it says.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
that is revelation of the method. Like, damn.
Everybody, you know, we got to talk in conspiracy terms. Revelation of the method. They need to let you know what it is they're doing, right?
To avoid the karma.
Right. From the universe, right? So,
but we're Christians. We don't believe in karma.
Right. But we believe in that. Right? We're Christians. We don't know, but we know. Anyway, let's finish this.
Don't know it. But I kind of know. We don't know, but we do know. And we have restocked.
We know. And it says CIA on it. It does say we know. It says we don't know, but we know in the back. And it says CIA in the front.
Oh, shit. They're making fun of people at this point, right?
No, I don't know what to say. You know, it's to be honest, like I don't know how to I'm having trouble processing this. Either they're really making fun of you or she's a true believer. I don't know which is which. I think Candice Owens is an intelligent individual. I think she talks a bunch of bullshit, but I think she's smart, right? So it's hard for me. Right. I don't know. But my gut is telling me that I know. You understand?
Yes, I know.
But the thought has crossed my mind that they are just making fun of people and collecting their money. I mean, at the very least, she's like, let's capitalize on this, right? Let's sell some merchandise. All right, let me keep going.
Our Standis cups. I didn't know it, but I knew it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I know it. Buy one of these amazing just dropped. We don't know, but we know. Standis cups. Thank you, Candice. We don't know, but we know. Of course, we have our we don't know, but we know merch. All things.
She's got fucking hoodies. She's got mugs. We don't know, but we know.
She's got yarmulkes. She's got it all.
She's selling those over at at the Daily Wire. You know, before she got, I think that's why she got fired. She was selling we don't know, but we know yarmulkes, and Brent Shapiro was like, "Yo, you got to cut that out." It wasn't working out. All right, let me see.
The mystery of what happened to Charlie Kirk on September 10th. We don't know, but we know.
Dude, we're gonna play. You sent me some clips yesterday, and that's why I asked you. I'm like, come on with me. Let's talk about it. Because you sent me some clips of some people that are close to Candice talking about Candice. And these are also fellow conspiracy people, alternative media people, a lot of them that I don't agree with, but they were talking about Candice in a way like, what the fuck are you doing?
Did I send you the clip of some rich guy that used to work with the Daily Wire that sponsored her? He used to give her $2,000 a month or something like that. I don't know if I sent
it. If you did, I missed it.
I forget it. I don't know I forget his name, right. But he was so it was a podcast with these former, Candice friends. Mm-hmm. Apparently she's like Ellen DeGeneres behind the scenes, like really, really, really ruthless. And Kirk and her had beef and all that, that's what these guys were talking about. And I wish I would have sent it. I thought
you might have, dude. I'm the worst with the message.
I forget the guy's name, but I know that we didn't talk about it. So I was like, either I didn't send it or he didn't see it.
Right.
But apparently she's like a ruthless, shrewd person behind the scenes, and she's very cutthroat. And to get to that level, you kind of have to be that way sometimes, I think.
Well, a lot of these people are like that. Yeah, man.
Because I didn't know she worked for the Daily Wire. She worked for Turning Point.
Yeah.
And she worked for one more organization, and they all had bad things to say about her.
Well, I mean,
I forgot what the third one was.
She doesn't strike me as a very nice lady. I don't know her, but I know. You know what I mean?
And then, yes, I know. And then there's a conspiracy brewing in the MAGA sphere that are still clinging to Trump, that she had relations with Kirk, and this is where it all stems from. Now, I'm not saying it's true, but I wonder what would happen. What would she say if that conspiracy came to the surface and blew up and got big? Would she start suing people? Would she start taking down YouTube channels for these allegations? And they're playing the game that she plays, so
I wonder.
There are some pictures that I seen. So I should have sent you those too. There's pictures of her and Kirk. And it's not proof, but it's like there's a conspiracy about her and Kirk, and
Right.
her being jealous of Kirk's wife or widow. And I know her husband was a partner of Kirk's of some sort, so something like that. So
There's a lot of
let's
stuff
get those
going on.
conspiracies on her going. I want to see her reaction when it comes her way now.
Well, she got sued by Emmanuel Macron and his wife, but that doesn't seem to phase her. She was asking for money,
But no money for Tyler.
No financial assistance for Mr. Tyler Robinson, at least not as far as we know. Okay, let's finish this clip.
And soon we're gonna know now. We don't know, but we know. Go buy yourself a mug. Well, we don't know. Well, we kind of do know, to be honest. We don't know, but we know. We don't know, but we know. We don't know, but we know. Buy yourself a mug. We don't know, but we know. And soon we're gonna know. We don't know, but we know. We just know we're being lied to. Like, again, we're just gonna have to sit back, watch this case, and see how far the government goes. Like, what happens when they're caught red-handed, lying about everything.
The preliminary hearing in the Charlie Kirk murder case wrapping up this week. The Kirk family releasing a statement saying, quote, "It brings our family comfort to know that the world has witnessed the overwhelming evidence of what occurred to Charlie that day."
We'll know. We already know. We don't know, but we know. But I think that at that moment we will know.
All right.
We don't.
So, anybody in the chat, I want to hear what you're thinking. I want to hear what you're feeling about all of this. And I understand the murder of Charlie Kirk sparked a lot of conspiracies and a lot of thoughts for a lot of people. The majority of this stuff just can't be verified. Whatever this woman is talking about, 9 times out of 10 can't be verified. She's talking a bunch of nonsense. We will go over it today before we get up out of here. Let's talk a little bit about Lindsey, about Madam G. God bless. Hopefully, he's in a better place. It sucks. I woke up and I was like, Lindsey Graham is dead. I didn't believe it. I was like, what are we really? But I mean, he was older and these people do have heart attacks. It happens. So I'm like, okay, but I wasn't ready. And I should have been twisted. I should have known the conspiracy theories that were going to evolve as a result of all of this. I should have known better, but I didn't. I didn't think any
because
better.
You're a normie.
I'm pretty. I mean, that's what Weezy says. He's like
Mom Donnie. All of that is affecting your brain, dude.
Right.
Cleaning up the streets of New York. What?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Damn, Sharia, homosexual, atheist, communist, man.
Let's look at Lindsey Graham. Hold on for a second, and let me make sure I got the right clip here.
I don't trust Mom Donnie, man. He doesn't like Brooklyn. He don't like the Nets. Do they still play from Brooklyn?
I mean, I don't even know who the Nets are.
They're the Clippers of New York.
The who? We don't even talk about that team.
He's a Knicks fan. Do you really trust him?
Right? How could you trust a Knicks fan? I'm a massive Knicks fan myself. So, all right, okay. Here is Lindsey Graham talking about how he wants to flatten the world. Look at his face.
Looking straight as an arrow.
Look at his face. He is seething with hate. This man, God bless him. I don't know what it is to live like that, and I don't want to know. Holy crap. All right. I'm gonna have to I don't know how to do this. It never works for me to rewind it. So I'll just play the clip twice. But
you'd be bow-legged living like him, man. Relax.
We flattened utopia.
So this was US Senator Lindsey Graham. He just died at the age of 71. This will be remembered as his legacy.
Many people in this part of the world say what happened in Gaza does not align with Christian values. Killing children, killing mothers,
I'll be honest
killing
with
families.
you.
Yeah. We're not militants.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Why?
Because what did we do in World War II? Did we think 1 minute about starving the Germans? Did we bomb every city into smithereens? So this is a war. No,
October 7th to World War II.
Yes, I am. This is an absolute existential threat to the Jewish people.
And then they flattened Gaza.
Just flatten it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo. Were we wrong to drop an atomic bomb to end the Japanese reign of terror? Were we? So my view, if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way. Without military victory, there is no hope of breaking radicalism. We flattened Germany. We flattened Japan.
A horrible, horrible individual. That you know, and this is a guy that never ever took up arms. You know, and I mean, even if you did, I think talking in that manner is reprehensible. But this is a guy that never saw a fight in his life. And he's talking about, I want people to die. I want to flatten Gaza. Fuck out of here, bro. You know, but these are the people that are in power. And this is why we are in massive trouble. This is why, oh, Billy, you have Trump derangement syndrome. Billy, what the hell? This is why. This is freaking why. Okay. We're here now. We're here now. You know, and so many people went ahead and voted for this guy. I don't understand the mind control that was implemented on the people of the United States and around the world. Shit is above my pay grade for me to understand how people can shift their support to such an obvious fraud, piece of crap, potential pedophile, and at the very minimum covering up for them. And we knew all of this before. None of this is new. Lindsey Graham himself talked so much crap about Donald Trump until he had to turn around and eat his words in order to keep his job. And this is why I don't subscribe to any of these people. Disgusting individuals. What's up?
Well, it's better than Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Did I tell you that yet?
Yeah, I mean, that's the narrative, right? It's better than Kamala.
You know, when he was talking, I don't know if you had a chance to read it because I know you're busy, but the Charlie Kirk's letter to Israel sounds just like Charlie Kirk.
Here, I'll pull it up. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to because it's like a long, boring love letter to Israel. Mm-hmm. But he sounds like Charlie Kirk right there. But you know, Kirk was speaking against the Jews. That's why he got shot. But like when I hear him talking, it's not everything he said was exactly like what Kirk was saying. Right. But it sounds just like him. You know, Palestine is not a land. They're not a people. You know,
dig a little bit into it because that's the crust of the conspiracy, right? That it was Israel that Charlie Kirk was turning against Israel, you know, and turning against Netanyahu, and they knew that this was going to happen, and that's why they jumped ahead and had him killed as a result. Right, that's the conspiracy. Little to no evidence of that, you know. But what's been taken is that letter that you spoke about, and it's been kind of twisted into saying, you see, Charlie Kirk was turning against Israel, but you have a different take. So explain, and we'll pull up the letter later, and maybe we can zero in on certain lines of it. We should have done that before the show. It's my fault. But talk to them about what the letter actually said in your interpretation.
Well, the letter was basically him Charlie Kirk was really smart at social media. He was a propagandist for the technocracy Trump regime Zionist state. That's what he really was, like, at the end of the day. And he was one of their best propagandists. He was so good that my 13-year-old son was sad the day he died. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk was really good at his job, which was all rooted in media and messaging and winning people over to MAGA and all that, right? So in the letter, he's basically, he wrote a letter to Israel, or it seems like he mentioned Netanyahu a few times, where he's basically saying, look, man, there's these people coming out in MAGA, including the left. They're coming up to me at these colleges and they're telling me that the narrative that all the conspiracy theorists are saying about Israel, that Israel runs the world, it dictates our politics. We send them money and they give us nothing and they're living off our aid and all that. So like, Charlie Kirk sees this, and so he sees it as a big problem with messaging. So he writes a letter. I think it was like a 7-point strategic way of combating all of the anti-Semitism that was going on within MAGA. He was basically saying we got to get ahead of this because it's only going to get worse. People are going to continue to question us. The more you bomb Gaza, the more bad it looks on Israel. He didn't care about kids in the hospital. He didn't say you're committing atrocities. He didn't say what you were doing was evil. He didn't mention that they were killing Christians as well. He was saying that people are beginning to see what's really going on, and it's really bad for Israel, and it's bad for the political the MAGA movement, and that that Israel needs to start getting ahead of it. And if they need help, he would help them get ahead of it. And he wrote down his plan of action to combat what conspiracy theorists are now claiming killed Charlie Kirk. Now, this was 4 months before he was killed. Now, people say that he questioned the Israel, and or only thing I found was he 2 years after the fact, he questioned October 7th, and he did it in a way that was just kind of like obvious. We know all these questions are out there. So he threw out the question, who did the stand down, and how did they not know the security forces, and this border is heavily fortified? How did they not know? But if you watch the full interview, he talks about, now this is separate from the letter, but in the full interview, he's talking about like how Netanyahu is surrounded by bad advisors. It's the left in Israel that are making it very difficult for Netanyahu to do what he's got to do to finish the job. You know what I mean? So in the letter, it's just a love letter. He uses Yiddish language at like words here and there. I didn't even know what those words meant. I had to look it up. I was like, oh, it's Yiddish. Like, I mean, so it's a love letter though. It's like a letter to the wall itself. He like talks about how great Israel is, and it's in how he supports everything they're doing. He just had a problem with the people coming up to him, and he understood that this was going to be unpopular. He saw the Nick Fuenteses of the world beginning to come up and get popular, and he felt that Israel had a blind spot to that. That was 4 months before he was shot. So it's like if he suddenly woke up, I don't see that at all. Like and everybody, you could get that letter, copy and paste it. If you don't want to read it, put it in an AI. It'll spit out like some quick factoids about it, and it'll break it down. He was not going against Israel. If anything, he was doing his best to protect Israel. He died supporting the Trump regime, pushing the Zionist ideas that's going on in the Middle East or whatnot. And I trip out on that if that's the root of the conspiracy, that he was going against Israel. And even if he was, killing him, what's that going to do? These guys are out here killing ayatollahs. You know what I'm saying? They're killing generals. They're not going to kill an influencer in that manner. Also, he could have killed him in a car accident, poisoned him, heart attack. No, let's shoot him in front of everybody. So it's like, so the average person who watches YouTube could figure this out.
I totally agree, and that's the other problem. The average person that watches YouTube can't figure this out. And even what's up, buddy?
Well, I was going to say, remember, I started off saying that Tyler Robinson was innocent. I just want people to know that. I thought the dude was innocent. And I was telling Billy, I was like, bro, this dude's innocent. Ethlie Bailey or Johnny Cochran style lawyer will get him off easy. But I started watching whatever little snip. Now, I'm not in the courtroom. I started watching what was going on in the courtroom. Now, if the prosecution's lying, if the defense is in on it, okay, whatever. But if that's the case, that boy is going to get executed. So he better come up with something fast if he didn't do it.
And you know, we would go back and forth about this. You were like, yo, I think he's innocent. And I was like, yo, Twisted, this dude's going to jail, bro.
Like, yeah, you did say that.
Right.
But I start off, see, I'm against conspiracies, but I start off always at the conspiracy point of view, usually, you know, so like I still believe Butler was staged. And I say this to, I'm over here sweating. I say this to just show people that I'm not a normie. I'm not a woke social democrat.
It's okay to be a freaking normie. You know, it's a derogatory term towards ourselves. Yeah. Calling people normies means we are not normal. Right? That's what it means. I don't understand.
I'm an abnormie. I'm an abnormie.
I'm an abnormie. You know,
I'm about to take off my shirt, man. I'm in this hot closet in Houston, just like Lindsey.
I was about to say, you're talking about Lindsey Graham, and you're over here in the closet. Anyway, but yeah, man. Ultimately, like, it's everything is out there. It's just how much of the evidence do you want to deny?
I'm gonna get a fan real quick. 1 second.
Go get a fan.
Sorry about that, man.
It's too hot. It's too hot in there. This is why I don't move to Texas. I live in New York, and it's hot as hell. It's hot as balls up here. Imagine what it must be like down there in Texas or in Arizona. What's up?
I just ran 10 miles, man.
Oh.
So I think my body's still hot.
You're a freaking beast. I can't.
You don't hear no noise in the background, do you?
Yeah, I do, but it's not major. Don't worry about it. Let it roll.
Sorry.
You're good. All right. I got the ears of a fox.
Hey, I got my thermostat at 78 degrees, like Mom Donnie told me.
Everybody lost their minds about that one too, man. Like all the quote unquote conservatives, because I know there are real conservatives out there. I know they exist, and those are people I can sit down and have conversations with and learn stuff from. But everybody else that's out there just running around chasing the propaganda. And then when it comes out that their own leaders did the same recommendations that Mom Donnie did here, because it's the freaking standard. It's not like Mom Donnie came up with this at the top of his head, you know, and then they don't want to own up to that either. It's a fucking mess. All of this, what's been done to us, the psychological operation. Somebody is sitting back right now, taking notes and seeing, here's how to manipulate a human being at an optimal level. Here's how we're going to do it. And the best way to do it is to go after the Christian conservatives, the Christian quote unquote conservatives, the conspiracy theorists. Go after them first, because they're gullible as fuck. That's why. That's why. And I'm including myself in this. And this is why I continue to say, I'm like, I did a show for I don't know how many years at a very high level talking about conspiracies. You know, and there's still some conspiracies that are real. So I don't want to poo-poo the entire genre, but you know what I mean. And we're going to be talking, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know.
But I know.
I know you know that I know that you don't know that I know.
Exactly. 100. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. We'll talk a little more about Candice Owens and what she's doing, but I do want to touch on the maniacs that are running our government and who they listen to, and what they have in store, you know, besides the technocracy. And this is where there's the difference between MAGA and everything else. They're like, oh, they're both the same. Both sides are the same. No, there is MAGA, there are conservatives, and the liberals. And MAGA is far and away the worst possibility. There is no comparing. MAGA and conservatives, two very different things. MAGAs don't have any principles. MAGAs don't know anything about the economy, and they don't care. MAGAs don't know anything about immigration, and they don't care. They just hate. And that hate has been exploited.
It's kind of like, I'm sorry, man. I remember when I first heard of Antifa, I go, what are they talking about? But now I think MAGA, they're fascistic.
Yeah.
They're, in the sense that the merger of corporations and government.
Right.
That's what I think. So that's why some of it, you know, a true conservative like a Tony Arterburn or David Knight, they don't like MAGA because they're like, more towards the libertarian slither of conservatism. Me,
Well,
I'm a neocon, so.
I don't know about I don't know about David Knight. David
Well, David Knight's a groiper now. he's a Nick
man,
Fuentes. He's a
you can make an
groiper.
argument for his son being that for sure. But David is very, very, very religious, and I think sometimes he lets that get in the way of his interpretation of things. But it's always been like that, and that's the thing with David. It's always been like that. There's no changing in that, and I respect David in a lot of ways for it. His son is he said some very reprehensible things on that broadcast, and so I don't listen. I don't want to listen, and if Travis Knight ever wants to come talk to me about it, I'd be more than happy to do it. But backstage or on air, don't give a shit.
Homie, anytime, dog.
So all right. Let me play this footage of a woman that says she opened up a portal in front of the White House or above the White House so Donald Trump could have direct access to God and he can get better
Sylvia
advice.
Brown.
Better advice that way. Let me play this. These are the people that have influence over the people that are running our government right now.
The next day, Father explained to me, he said that now that this was opened, this portal was opened over the White House and over Mar-a-Lago.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump was going to easily be able to get intel from the Holy Spirit.
Hallelujah.
That God was going to easily be able to.
And this woman next to her is sitting there saying, hallelujah. Hallelujah. The man has been accused how many times of rape? The man hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, a pedophile. What happened to save the children? These people are delusional, completely and totally lost.
Give him wisdom for decisions he has to make. That it's just open communication. That God will easily be able to speak to him and he'll hear him. There'll be nothing getting in the way of him being able to hear. Just like Daniel, it took 21 days for him to get the answer. That's not going to happen with an open heaven. Immediately, Donald Trump will be able to get to.
And what makes this woman think that God needs her help? What the hell?
Ayatollah Trump.
Trump is a cult leader, man. These people are actively involved and indoctrinated in a cult.
But don't you think? I think Trump knows these people are crazy, but he likes to use them. Or do
Of
you
course.
think he believes it? So he's
Who?
like, yeah.
Trump? If
Yeah.
Trump believes it, I don't think Trump believes anything.
I hear the portal.
Oh yeah, he'll say that. The portal was open. They opened the
gold
portal
toilets.
and I got direct messages from God. And he told me, Trump, I'm a Trump guy. I love Trump. God loves Trump, he told me. So I want you to wage war on Iran. I want you to drop a nuke on him. That's what I want you to do, Donald. And I told him, God, I told him, big guy, and he's a really big guy. He's very big. I saw him. I told him, big guy, whatever you say, because I have direct access. And of course, it's going to be me because I'm a genius and I am the greatest human. Literally straight up. But he won't believe any of it. Trump held up a backwards Bible and said, hey, let's take some pictures. And he was like, he didn't even swear on the Bible when he got sworn in. He has no idea. They asked him what his favorite Bible verse was, and he was like, oh, that's personal. I don't want to talk about it.
2 Corinthians.
But these are the people. And Paula White isn't any better than this woman, Donna Rigney.
They're getting intel. So he's like, Jesus is a Dulles brother. With the intel, intel on what?
It's the CIA. We don't know, but we know. All right, let me finish playing.
Direction from God, how to lead the nation. and other presidents after, if they're serving God. They too, okay, with the portal that's open. So now we're finishing up where everyone's so, because I explained to them after each song what I saw, and then we shared. Other people saw things too, and somebody felt the Holy Spirit guide them to take a picture of the sky. And so, oh boy.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I mean, here's evidence. We should send this over to Candice Owens so she
looks
can
look like chemtrails to me, brother.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. It looks like chemtrails to you. To me, it looks like the sky has been opened and there is a direct passageway from heaven to Donald Trump's brain. That's what it looks like to me, and it is clear as day. Please, if anybody sees something different, let me know. But to me, it looks like the heavenly portal has been opened. This woman has been able to do it. She's been able to do it all her life, but she decides that now is the right time. And Donald Trump is the direct conduit to the Lord above, you know. So so the Lord can't do this himself. So he needed this woman to open up the portal. Just very special people walking the planet Earth today. Twisted.
Yeah. Modern day prophets.
Yeah.
That will tell you when the world's going to end.
And then they'll actively do everything in their power to make the world end. All right, here we go.
A picture of the sky, and then see towards the bottom in the center of the photo was a brighter light. And so as we expanded it, if you look at it closely, you can see a profile of an angel's face.
Yo, that's heaven. Yo, it's an angel's face.
Looks like Mickey Mouse.
Holy crap. Look at that. We have evidence of a celestial being, ladies and gentlemen.
That's proof the earth really is flat.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Look at this.
It's a hologram.
But the sad part about it is there are people that actually believe this. That's the sad part about it. Because they want to believe it. And trust me, I want to believe. Well, I don't want to believe that this woman opened up a portal and has a direct connection to Donald Trump from God. I don't want to believe that. Okay. I do want to believe that aliens, the way they've been painted and described to us, are real. They're probably very, very different from the way we think, you know, what they are. But I'd like that to be true. Did I say aliens or angels? I meant angels. I don't know if I said aliens.
You said aliens.
I meant angels.
Trump's getting rid of those as we speak.
Yes, he is. So here is proof of angels in the sky. This is what she said. That is the face of an angel.
We have known knowns and unknown unknowns.
And you hear the other girl. Wow.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
By my coffee cup.
Blowing the debris. That's what I did. I'm like, wow.
There you have it, bro. Listen, man.
Big ass kids.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to say about some shit like that, man.
Do you think that those two women have good hearts, though? Do they, you know, there's good people that are crazy, like delusional. Are they taking, is MAGA taking advantage of good-hearted, misdirected Christians? Are the average MAGA, are they really good people but don't know they're doing or ushering in evil or bad things? Or
I think that's what a cult is. They take advantage of good people. They take advantage of smart people. You know, that's what a cult is. You don't have to be dumb to be in a cult. You know, you don't have to be dumb to be taken advantage of by these people. And that's what a cult is. You know, these are probably some of these people are very hateful people. Some of these MAGAs that are still in the cult today. But I know a lot of MAGAs. I know a lot of people that have voted for Donald Trump, and they're the best people in the world. They're grossly misinformed, you know, and something pushes them in that direction. But they're good people, smart people, you know. And now they've distanced themselves from Trump to a degree. Some of them still stand, but they still hold the beliefs around Trump. You know, so I don't understand how that works, how one reconciles that, and that's what I'm trying to bring on people that can better explain that phenomenon. But yeah, no, I think these are good. I don't know about these two that are talking, but I think the majority of the people that voted for Donald Trump, and even a lot of hardcore MAGAs, are genuinely good people. I want to believe that, but I believe it wholeheartedly, and I believe it about humanity, that most humans are inherently good rather than evil. There are evil humans, but I think most humans are good.
Well, all Iranians are evil. We know that, right?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah.
They're all evil over there, the evil mullahs.
And they
No,
kill
it's
Lindsey
because
Graham.
I live around a bunch of MAGA. I'm in MAGA country, but
Right.
there's a lot of people that are moving into this county that are from New Jersey, New York, California, Chicago, and they're left leaning, and it's kind of weird when I talk to both groups separately and stuff. They almost seem like the same person at the core, but just different outside. I think they're all good people. Like when you see like let's say a Mamdani supporter, and the right attacks them, right? It's like whether, now I'm not in New York, so I don't know really what Mamdani's doing, right? Whatever Fox says is all I hear, right? So,
Right.
and I don't trust that anyways. Weapons of mass destruction, but like what it is when I see them getting attacked, I see people that like on that side of the political spectrum as good people. Even the LGBT trans pushers, like they're like good people, but they're pushing something that is contrary to the other side, which are also good people, but are also pushing something that's contrary, and then they look evil to each other.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, at the core, they want to fix the world and make it better, but they have these different ideas of what is better and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I think you're absolutely right.
Like some say we need more minorities, and the opposite side say we need more European descendants and stuff. But at the end of the day, they're both complaining about like the same nation that needs to be fixed. And
It's
some
a
of this
different
stuff,
way. It's different manners of looking at the world. We're sitting in a. I always like to use this analogy, like we're sitting in a theater, but in different sections of the theater, so we have different perspectives as to what's going on, and we have different ways of attacking it. We're like, oh well, I think we should do this, and the other guy's, nah, I don't think that'll work. I think we should do this, and that's the majority of it. What's up?
Well, also see when Mamdani was running, you were the first person I ever even heard of Mamdani. I didn't even know they had a mayor election in New York until you said, "Yo, Mamdani," and I was like, "This dude's talking to me about this guy like I know him." I don't even know who he's talking about because I don't know anything about New York other than what I see on TV and rap music or whatever.
Right.
The birth of hip hop, but like when you were telling me about Mamdani, I couldn't even have a proper opinion because where I live, like where I live is in a rural area. We don't even have a bus system. So what do I know what a free bus system is? Oh, he's talking about free buses. Where I live, there's not even a bus. So so to get a person from my neck of the woods to say, yeah, Mamdani's bad, it's like, you're not in New York, dude. You don't know what New Yorkers need. You don't know what what frustrates a New Yorker. Like, I guess room and space is important in New York. It's so, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, now we got this lady that can open up portals in heaven. So maybe that'll help alleviate some of the population issues that we're having here in New York. Let's call that lady over here and get her to work. I need you to open up a portal over my apartment building. That way I could, go chill up there for a bit, but come back down when I want to also. So please make that happen. The Mamdani phenomenon is incredible to watch for me, given my journey and what I've seen and what I've learned. Seeing how these people are attacking Mamdani for no reason whatsoever is incredible to me. It's incredible to me. Given what he's been doing and what he said he was going to do, hey, if he screws up, we'll be the first to call him out. It's New York. We will call you out ASAP. So, but right now, people are generally happy with the job that he's doing. He's working really hard. You know, he's trying his best to work for the working class. And last time I checked, 99% of us are that. Okay, we are the working class. We need to look out for one another. You know, and I understand those who no longer believe in the system. I totally get it. But whatever we were doing delivered us Donald Trump.
And the system ain't going nowhere.
That's another thing.
You could put your head in the sand. That system's going to be there right up your ass.
Right. No, that's the best way to the system. Let's make sure it's if you, what is it? If you know, I don't know, but I know that the system ain't going nowhere.
So now you know.
So now you know.
The more you know. What's that commercial they used to have on NBC? The more you know.
Yeah, with the star.
So she's that statement by her is basically saying it's all in the gut. You know, like
that's what I mean. She literally said that. It's a gut feeling that I have, and this is what we take as evidence. And this is the problem with the alt media. They don't know what evidence is. They have no idea. You know, it's like
you gotta go by your gut at times in life. You know, your gut instinct is really important to learn how to trust. Mm-hmm. But when your gut instinct is proven incorrect by factual evidence, you have to have the balls to admit that you're wrong, or you know.
Right.
I mean, that's what I am on the Tyler Robinson thing. I wanted him to be innocent, and he still might be, because we live in a crazy world where anything could happen.
Right.
You know, but until further notice, it looks pretty bad.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't. And even if he is, I'll tell you this, even if he is 100% innocent, that kid is going to die in jail. The probability of it, I don't know how. I think they're going to give him a life sentence. I don't think they'll ever let him out personally. They might kill him. But I mean, he's going to jail for a long time. Let me play this clip of the maniac that was in the Pentagon and that advises Pete Hegseth. Just to talk about the Iran war and what is driving this stuff. This dude, Pete Hegseth, literally wants to rebuild the third temple and bring about Armageddon. That's what they fucking want to do. All right, let's see this.
Healing women's right to vote, which is protected by the 19th Amendment.
Right.
Why?
Because it's a good idea. No,
a lot of women wouldn't think so.
A lot of.
I loved her reaction there. She no-sold this dude. This is Doug Wilson, by the way.
He looks like a pedo.
Man, I wouldn't.
He's got the glow.
Holy crap! You know, he's the most famous Christian nationalist. I think he's credited for the term. I think. Don't quote me on that, but he is Pete Hegseth's pastor. Doug Wilson. And he has some incredible beliefs. These people want a theocracy in the United States. They're actively trying to do away with separation of church and state, right? And it's funny because people that consider themselves quote unquote conservatives or even MAGAs, you know, a lot of it was, hey, these Iranians want to steal. Remember in 9/11? Iraq and these Muslims, they're jealous of our freedoms.
Yeah.
They're jealous of our freedoms. This is why they attacked us, because they want us to not be free, because they are a religious society that's governed via theocracy, and they envy us because we're not. Well, they won then, right? I guess they won at this point, because these people are actively trying to do the same thing that they're doing on the other side, just a different religion and a different version of Christianity, I might add.
Women wouldn't agree. All right. But this is one of my favorite questions now too. Mm-hmm. This is not an XXXY chromosome issue. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want women voting as individuals, because I don't want men voting as individuals. So what I envision is a system that we have practiced in our church here for 4 decades, and that is household voting.
That's what they want to do, household voting. But who is the head of the household according to these people? It sure as hell ain't the woman. Right? And how many votes does that eliminate? How many people don't get to vote as a result of it?
Who they're trying to force a household to occur.
Absolutely.
Like you're trying to force people into like a way of life that it's like I moved, like I don't know where I am. I'm politically, you know what I mean? I'm a mixed race dude from a black neighborhood on the West Coast that's lived in the South. Like I love history, you know what I mean? So I'm all over the place, depending on each issue, depending on the day of the week. If I'm constipated or not, my political views could change pretty quickly. You know, it's just simple. Like I'm not like waving in the wind. I'm just trying to like see it from everybody's point of view. I'm like, look, if that works, then let's just try it. If socialism works perfect, let's do it. I don't care. Shit. Like there's people that are against things that work. But what I'm trying to say is, so I moved to Texas with my kids and stuff, in part because of the conservative political climate, because I was leaving LA, which was the opposite. But when I got here, I was like learning real quick, like, hey, dude, you trying to, like, I'm a Christian, but you trying to like put these 10 commandments in every classroom. As a Christian, it don't bother me. However, it bothers me to see that kids that are not Christian have to see that or deal with it or be pushed in their face. And like for me, abortion, I don't think you should do it. You know, you shouldn't do anything like that, right? But if you do it, whatever. But to ban it like they doing in Texas, it's like it's, or how they, you know, I'm not a porn lover, but to ban that too, it's just like, what do you, it's like, so this Christian right wing stuff that you think you might like, when you see it start to actually play out in reality, it's something I don't like. Like they're trying to ban marijuana in Texas. Like it's like, you know, you get a fat guy like him with man tits, ain't never done a pull up in his life. He's gonna tell me, you know, to be how to be a man, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. It is, and they, what they accuse the left of doing, they are doing themselves.
Right.
Oh, don't put your sexuality into my classroom. You're doing that with your 10 commandments and you know, so it's like it's crazy. I know what, I guess they're attempting to, you know, I understand what they're saying. We want families and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I was raised by a woman, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and she raised 4 boys. And my father, who was in the military, served this country for 20 years. He didn't do a damn thing for us, but he'll be the first to agree with that guy, though. And I don't have daddy issues. I'm just saying, like, that's his personality. And my mom, you know, that she did the best she can. And I'm still alive. I'm not in prison. I'm not on drugs. So I guess she was kind of, you know, victorious. So he's saying that my mom has no say. So she raised 4 boys that a man created that didn't, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy. These guys are talking about pie in the sky type of ideas.
Nonsense.
Like
complete and total nonsense.
But if I want to give you free bus tickets, you know, for some, there's a problem.
It's a problem. if you want to give food to the needy, it's a freaking problem. I don't understand.
But I want to take away your constitutional liberties and
you know,
the right to vote. It's insane because even white men had a fight. Landless white men had a fight for that. Nobody was given the right to vote except property men at one point, you know. And if you take away a woman's vote, at what point will they take yours away for whatever reason? You're not tall enough, so now we take your vote. You don't, you know. So it's a slippery slope, and I don't think it's going to happen anyways. But here's another thing. This is also coming from the group of people that say voting don't matter. So I don't even understand. Voting don't matter, but you want to take away women's right to vote.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was my next point. Everybody's telling you that voting doesn't matter, but they're actively trying to take away your ability to do so. All of these people. Just saying. You don't have to go vote. I'm just saying these people are
women.
Active. What's up?
Women, I don't know, I'm not a scientist. I have no studies on this or surveys, but I would assume women tend to vote more in the humanistic way, right? Like to help humanity, like to feed the poor.
I don't know, Candice Owens. I don't know.
Well, is
right.
Candice Owens really a woman? I mean, if anybody's a man, or she kind of looks like a boy that I used to play basketball with back in the
She
day.
looks
So
like Michael Jackson when he was a kid.
yes.
Yeah. Like Kanye West would say, I had a light-skinned friend, looked like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, looked like Michael Jackson. Anyway, I wanted to play that because of what's going on in Iran right now. Just remember that the level of incompetence that we have running the government, but also the cult that we have running the United States of America at this point in time. This is what was let in. There was a portal opened for sure, right? And MAGA opened it, and this is what was let in. They let the demons out of hell, and they're in the White House right now. All right, let's go to Candice Owens. Let's talk about this before we get out of here. I'm going to start off by playing Nick Fuentes, right? And Nick Fuentes, very controversial person. I don't agree with tons of what he says. The majority of what he says, I don't agree with. But when he's right about something, he's right, right? When anybody's right about something, they're right about it, whether you like them or not, right? So here he is talking about Candice Owens, and we can dissect it afterwards. Then I got 2 more clips on the Candice issue, and then we're getting out of here. All right, so let's play this real quick. Thank you for hanging out, everybody that's been listening. Boom, here's your boy.
Hit that like button.
Here's your boy. Yes. Hit the like button, subscribe.
Subscribe, hit the hype button.
Yeah. So
we trying to move up in this YouTube world.
Yes, seriously. I mean, they already got
bills to pay.
for real. Let's grift. Let's freaking let's sell some shit. All right, let me make sure that I'm not muted here. All right, let me play it.
And I got to say, I said it the other night and I'm doubling down. People owe Erica Kirk an apology. And I saw people turn around on me and they said, well, you were the first one to criticize her. Yeah, it's a matter of taste. I said that to do the pyrotechnics at the funeral, in my opinion, was in poor taste. To assume control of the organization, I thought was a little premature. But people like Candice Owens, last week, she said, I hope Erica Kirk lives a long life so she can be tortured by the guilt of killing her husband until she dies. And that's a little different. It's one thing to say pyrotechnics, sequin, pantsuit, not what I would have done. Maybe a little inappropriate. They say that's a turning point way. That's a little peculiar. I think it's a little something entirely to say. And I hope she lives a long life so she's tortured by the guilt. It's like, yeah, that's a little different. So I honestly feel bad for her. And I doubt she even likes me because I did criticize her. And I doubt Turning Point likes me. But I feel bad for these people. As much as I disagree with them, as much as there's a ton of bad blood between them and me, there's no love lost at all. But could you imagine your husband gets murdered? You try to pick up the pieces. You try to move on with his legacy and organization in whatever way. Like I said, I don't have to agree with it. They did it the way they felt was appropriate. And people are screaming out, calling you a pedophile. You're worried about you getting assassinated by some nut job. It's insane. And there needs to be accountability for that. When there are, let's recognize, I'm going to say this at the outset, then we're going to move on to some other stuff too. But I want to say this first, just while it's fresh. In my opinion, this is a very bad situation for alternative media.
Yes. I wanted to play the whole clip, but this is it right here. What he's saying right here is fact. A very bad situation for the alternative media. And I already said this on America Unplugged. Let me go ahead and repeat it. I am not alternative media. Do not categorize me as such, because it's not what I am doing. We are independent media here at the Guerrilla Underground. We are not alternative media. I want nothing to do with the cesspool that is the alt media. And your boy is telling you right now.
Make no mistake about it. This is bad. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the reason that alternative media became so popular is because it was filling a gap. There was a need for it. Why? because the legacy mainstream media we all knew was lying about everything, and not small things, big things. We knew the mainstream media was lying about Trump, and we knew they were lying about BLM and COVID and the war in Iraq and 9/11 and a lot of big things. A lot of big things were swept under the rug, or there was misdirection or outright lies. We all know that alternative media, the reason you're watching a 27-year-old live streamer is because the New York Times, the Washington Post is a regulated press. They're filtering the world. They're showing you what they want you to see. But let me tell you, this situation with the Charlie Kirk conspiracy, this is a major blow to the credibility of all these alternative media people.
Hey, Twisted, you there?
Yes, sir.
How many times have we gone back and forth and talked about the credibility of the alternative media? I mean,
every text message,
right? Just the credibility of this, and how people get pissed at me. My friends get pissed at me when I try to correct them on something and say, hey, maybe you shouldn't cite this person that you're citing as evidence because you can't back up your argument with this. It's not going to work. It's a credibility issue.
Mm-hmm.
But continue, right? You can, people don't want to hear it. They don't want to. I hope some people listen to Nick Fuentes on this. If you're going to listen to him on anything, you want to listen to the slop he puts out, or when he's actually making sense about something.
He's spot on about that.
Spot on.
And he's a creature of the alternative media.
He is that. He 100%. Let me finish playing it, and then I'm going to turn it right over to you.
And it's not just Candice. Candice obviously is the biggest name in that space, but it's also Ian Carroll, and it's also Sean Ryan, who had Candice on the show. And I like Sean, but that was a platform for this a week before it blew up. Kind of just bad timing, I guess. Everybody that promoted this conspiracy and said it like it was the gospel truth, this is going to be a really big hit against them. And I think that I've been saying it all year. I really think that alternative media has become a bubble. I think it reached a high watermark.
Man, Twisted, where have you heard that before? Where have
you? Your mom Donnie supporter? No, you said, I mean, what you coined the term, the top conspiracy top 40 or something like that, you were saying.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that are just entering the conspiracy world that are talking about stuff that you and I were deep into maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
Did you know that? I was like, bro, like, what the hell? This is like listening to oldies but goodies. He's spot on, though. And
he is spot on.
The thing is, that guy, Nick Fuentes, is a weird dude because a lot of stuff I don't agree with, but that guy, sometimes when he makes a point, it's like, is this dude like some kind of weird genius of some sort? And the way he's able to... What happened?
And no, this is what I mean. I think he's a really smart guy.
He articulated that perfect and simple.
Right.
I was just like, that's exactly what's going on.
I think he's a racist, you know. But
you and I talked about the I sent you a video a long time ago of Fear and Loathing.
Yeah.
When that scene where he's talking about the high point of the hippie movement
and
how it all went into the casinos and went into consumer. It's kind of like that with conspiracy, where it's just ridiculous now, because a good example would be the Kirk case, where I'm like, they told me, I said, you have to prove to me he's alive. And they said, well, prove to me he's dead. Okay, I don't have to do that because the burden's on you. You're the one claiming he's alive. However, I said, there's an autopsy. There's a court murder trial going on. There's multiple witnesses who have testified under oath that were there, who saw the dead body, who touched it. We saw it on camera. No matter what you think happened to him, you saw something on camera happen to him.
Yeah.
So there's all this stuff I laid out. And he just says, well, what about JFK? I'm not talking about JFK. I'm talking about Kirk. You said he's alive. Well, what about the moon? I don't care about the moon.
Right.
Well, what about I'm like, bro, just show me proof that he's alive. And I'll probably believe you if you show me proof. But that's what happened to conspiracy. It got to the point where I'm in my feelings, and whatever I call the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
You know, if I say, well, it's in court where the courts are rigged, Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I dispute that? Like, it's you can't even argue against it. I'm starting to call it not conspiracy theory. It's delusion theory because conspiracy has some facts in there.
Right.
Like, you know, there's a Zapruder film. Oh, you know, we see that, right? So now it's delusion, though. You
Delusion
know,
theory. I love it.
the holograms of 9/11. It was a hologram. Like,
Yeah.
okay, now we're delusional.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like
yeah, and it becomes
the high markets.
non-falsifiable. Like you can't argue against it at that point. You're just like, what? Well, you're not going to believe anything I say, you know. So it's like, go ahead, finish up. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. It's just like if conspiracy was music. You know, we had the '70s, and all of a sudden the hair bands came and ruined rock and roll, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's like these people are ruining what conspiracy started out as, which was genuine questioning of the government that was possibly lying to them. The Pentagon Papers or the MLK or Malcolm, you know, legitimate stuff. Now we're just saying that there's portals. There's, you know what I mean? Like the moon has an ocean on top of it. You know, so it's like, and the thing is, that's how you control people.
Yeah,
when
man.
when they believe in delusion,
It's a cult.
at least the left, like they say, you know, a man is, or the trans movement, these people are worse than that. At least like a trans person is a real person who
I
changes
agree.
their genitalia. Okay, it's still a person. I know it's a person. These people are talking about stuff that are not even in the physical form.
Right. I totally agree.
And you want to make fun of a trans person, you know? It's like,
and I think
it's crazy.
Sorry about that.
No,
huge advantage back to the legacy media. I think a lot of normal people are getting a little bit of fatigue because they're seeing what is going on in these spaces. And when Candice Owens is preaching to the choir, they're gassing her up. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah, you get it. Go Max, Charlie's Army, all this. But I think normal people, I think your average person, I think they're quietly taking a step back and they're saying, you know what? This is getting a little too crazy for me.
I think he's spot on. And that's why I wanted to play the entire clip. I wanted to make sure we heard the entire thing. I've said this many times, almost verbatim, you know, some of the stuff that he said in that clip.
You know one thing, Billy.
Yeah.
I when he was talking, I wrote it down real quick, and I started seeing it during COVID with using conspiracy against the conspiracy theorists, because when I was questioning COVID, I was saying it wasn't real, and I don't even care anymore. You know what I'm saying? In 2020, I would have told you it was fake. Today, I don't even care. I don't even want to go back to that. I'm so ashamed of everything. But
right. No, I get you.
But I'm not saying that I believe in something all of a sudden. I'm just saying it's gone. I don't want to fight over that. But what I'm saying is, like, I remember during COVID, before COVID, I would tell people conspiracy stuff. And either they wouldn't listen or they would kind of listen and go, oh, maybe, you know. But during COVID, I would tell people it's fake. And they would say things like, oh, this guy probably believes the earth is flat. Or this guy probably, and they say, oh, this guy believes in injecting bleach. And they started like throwing fringe conspiracy allegations at a normal conspiracy theorist. And so what happened was, because we went so far off the edge with conspiracy, now anything you say is delusional. And normal people who you're attempting to reach, they don't want to hear it because you think the earth is flat, or you think there's a portal over the Pentagon with Alan Dulles talking to JFK about how to bomb Iran. I mean, it gets crazy. I mean, that was even a conspiracy that JFK Jr. was coming back. I mean, shit.
Yeah, man, I was QAnon. I had
they attack us with that.
A very prominent, legendary conspiracy theorist, OG of OGs. I had him on my show. John Brissom knows who I'm talking about. John Brissom was there. And he tried
John Brissom's the OG too.
Yes, he's an OG in a different way. They tried to convince us. He tried to convince us that that JFK Jr. was still alive and that he had proof. And that was one of the days that one of the pillars fell for me. The structural integrity of of my conspiracy dumb was already in question. And when I saw that and heard that from an OG, a legend, one of the pillars just
That was your building 7 of conspiracy.
Nah. That was just one of the pillars that came down. I still needed more slapping in the face to fully get.
Tupac was mine, man. Tupac was mine.
I was
and it was
long
Candice
gone
Owens who started that thing.
Yeah. When that started, I was already out. I was long gone. I was like, oh my God, this is nonsense. All right. Let's play this real quick. Here's Candice Owens talking conspiracy theories and then in real time showing evidence against everything she's saying. All right.
Okay, what are we seeing here, Agent Hall?
That's the vehicle that's believed to belong to Mr. Robinson arriving in the parking garage on campus.
In fact, according to my source, Tyler has never even stepped foot on UVU campus.
According to her source, guys.
He heads out of the parking garage on foot into the campus.
The alleged shooter, you think they're a patsy?
Of course, they're a patsy. I mean, come on, this was so dumb. He wasn't even on campus that day. They can't show us one clear image, not even one. All of these cameras, Turning Point has everything in 4K.
Well, Turning Point had the video footage of Charlie Kirk in 4K, the cameras that actually record him whenever he does these events that are pointed at him. And then there's a separate camera pointed at whatever the student or whoever it is coming up to ask him a question. That's what they have in 4K. In fact, they showed the videos of Charlie being killed that were captured in 4K by those cameras. They showed it. The judge, during this preliminary hearing, literally watched it and flinched because these were never before seen, hadn't been provided to the public, videos in 4K. No, Candice, they don't have a 4K camera pointed at a building and the roof of a building 100, 200 yards away. No, they don't have that. Why would they?
So shouldn't you have caught the shooter on the roof in 4K? Like, you had cameras everywhere that day.
The cameras are recording Charlie Kirk and the people he's talking to. They don't have cameras pointed in every direction in 4K. But this is one of the key components to Candice's grander conspiracy that Tyler Robinson wasn't even on campus. They've provided the footage that shows, again, allegedly, that is Tyler Robinson. That will have to be proven indefinitely during the full trial. What is happening right now is a preliminary hearing to establish probable cause to go forth with a full trial.
Every inch of that campus
So do you
is
think
covered.
that was someone else?
Oh, I thought you were saying something. I'm sorry.
So I was running across.
Absolutely.
It wasn't Tyler?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do you see Mr. Robinson now?
I do, yes. He's just arriving at the corner of the building.
The video footage tracks him 4 separate times, coming twice before the event. Then he comes back during the event. That's when the shots were taken. That's also when this footage that you see above me is being taken. And right after the shot at 12:23, that figure on that roof runs off and jumps down and runs away.
I don't
Do you think?
Tyler Robinson was there. I think he's a total patsy.
What are we seeing now?
Mr. Robinson lowering and jumping off of the roof of the Losi building onto the grass area.
This was so dumb. He wasn't even on campus that day.
Like I and many other people have said, don't expect Candice Owens to self-correct. There are 2 options here. One, Candice understands that she is pushing a lie, so she's going to keep that lie alive. The second option is that she actually believes the nonsense that's coming out of her mouth, and for her to admit that she has been wrong would be a huge hit to her ego. She doesn't have the integrity either way to say that she's been wrong. So what is she doing now? She's saying, that's not Tyler Robinson, because on the footage, this figure appears to be 6 feet 2 inches tall, maybe 6 feet 3, and Tyler Robinson is only 5'10" or 5'11", as if she can depict the exact height down to a margin of a couple of inches based off of grainy video footage.
And this is what happens in the alt media. You know, they explain away the evidence. They're like, I want evidence. Then they give you evidence and then you explain it away because it doesn't fit your paradigm. It's just what's done over and over and over again. And Candice Owens has produced nothing. She is the figurehead of all of this. And Twisted and I were having a conversation yesterday about it and talked about how none of Candice Owens' evidence, quote unquote, has been used in court. You know, and she's like, I'm willing to help. But nobody wants her help because they'll get destroyed in court. They need actual evidence. Not, I think I know what's going on. And it's a microcosm for the rest of the alt media who refuse to look at evidence. They just go with their gut on everything. As a prime example, we got one more clip to play. What's up, Twisted? What do you think?
she would hurt the case.
Hell yeah.
If I'm the defense, because she's crazy. They'll pull up all kinds of stuff that don't even pertain to this case of her talking about other things, and they would just paint her to be crazy. And so the defense, she's not there's no GoFundMe. I looked it up. She hasn't donated a single penny to Tyler Robinson. She hasn't gotten an independent counsel or anything to look into this. There's no reputable private investigators that she's paying to look into the, when OJ, he had 5 private investigators on his payroll digging into everything to so he could prove his reasonable doubt. And none of that is happening for Tyler Robinson, and maybe because he doesn't have the money. But Candice Owens is a multimillionaire. She could afford to help him, and she's not. So she's just all talk, and she's a danger to this kid's defense, actually, because at this point, I think they're just going to try to fight so he doesn't get the death penalty. I mean, I think they know he's going to be guilty.
There's no getting out of this for this kid. Now here he is, clear as freaking day.
Same shirt.
Here's a picture of him, and here's
same
the
hat,
other
same shirt.
Clear as day. This is not grainy at all, right? This is both of these.
But he's MK Ultra. Jesus, Billy.
Who that person is?
Yes.
Who is that?
I believe that's Tyler Robinson.
Dude, that's him. That's him. Same hat, same shirt.
He likes trannies, man. Look at him. Every time I look at him, I'm like, dude's a little super freak, man.
Who are we seeing here?
That's Tyler Robinson.
And although we are watching it on video, what is he wearing at this time?
He's working a dark colored baseball cap with maybe the Hurley symbol on it, like a white symbol on front.
Poor kid, man.
You the driver?
Yeah.
So it's clear that this is Tyler Robinson.
The crazy thing is he was they say he didn't vote for Trump, but he dressed up as Trump in 2017.
Yeah.
And I think he supported, his parents supported Trump, and I think he supported Trump in 2020. I don't know if he actually voted. So I wonder what happened to this guy,
I think he was really anti-Trump, and his parents were very pro-Trump, and there was probably a lot of rebellion there with him. Is probably why he was gay, clearly, right? And his parents,
they probably used to say stuff about gays and trannies to him that probably just hurt him to his core and put hate into him.
Totally agree. That's probably what happened. All right,
and they probably like Kirk. They probably like Charlie Kirk a lot too.
Yes, they probably loved him.
And he was like, he's the one convincing my dad.
They love Charlie Kirk more than they love me. You sent me this clip. This is a friend of Candice Owens talking about Candice Owens. He is also a podcaster. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but he made some points.
He's a former cop. He's been accused of being a Zionist. He's still like a MAGA guy.
Yeah.
But what he says to me is
I thought it was a good clip. Right. Let me play.
All right. Candice Allen, thanks so much for the super chat. Candice Owens openly offered to assist and provide information to Tyler's defense team. She openly accused Erica of being involved. Do you condemn her? I do condemn what she said. I condemn what she said. I love Candice. Like I always say, I just don't understand why her direction on this is that way. I'm going to call Candice, especially after this trial. I gotta talk to her because, we have a relationship. We have a friendship. And I don't want to see my friend just fall off a cliff over this because I don't know if she's just getting bad information or what. Like, Erica Kirk is not involved. What was the other thing that the questioner said? It was something else that she said that Candice had said. Oh, offer to assist the defense. Now, in La La Land, and it's just me being honest, and if Candice is watching this, I love you, Candice, but we got to keep it real. In La La Land, helping the defense make sense. But in reality, helping the defense is helping Charlie Kirk killer get off. Like, I don't know if the intentions are there, but I don't get it. The boy killed Charlie Kirk. No matter what you think, he killed Charlie Kirk. And helping the defense team is trying to help the killer of Charlie Kirk, our friend, go free. And justice not be served for Charlie Kirk. And I'll say this, everybody that's watching, why hasn't the defense used any information from Candice Owens and others? Because it's not real. I'm not trying to be mean or nothing. It's just not real. There's no material evidence to be had. If there was somehow a third-party person that somehow has done an investigation outside of evidence, because no one has access to forensic evidence other than the forensic investigators. So nobody can really make a conclusive statement about evidence other than the people at the lab. So if you don't have access to interviewing the people at the lab, you don't have access to seeing what their findings are, you don't have access to forensically interview people, and not just interview people, you don't even have if you don't have the training to properly interview somebody, you cannot claim that you've done an investigation. I don't care who you are.
Alt media, pay attention. Would-be reporters, would-be investigators, would-be investigative journalists. Just saying, there's special training that goes into some of this stuff. But everybody thinks they got it figured out.
And there's legal thresholds.
Yes,
like,
there are.
You know, they can't just let everything into a courtroom. It's so funny.
The investigation from a third-party person was so diligent and so concrete and so damning and revealing. The defense team, who's getting paid millions of dollars to defend Tyler Robinson, would have called the third-party person and said, give us what you got. They hadn't made one argument based on any conspiracy theory. So now you're led to say that the defense team is in on it. That's the only thing that's left. The defense team has to be in on it because they're overlooking all this evidence too. I'm gonna call Candice. I'm gonna maybe one of these
Get
days.
on the phone.
I'm busy today, but I gotta talk to, because I'm not the person that get online and talk trash about anybody, especially not somebody that's my friend. So y'all got my opinions on it. You got my opinions on what I think of what Candice is saying. I'm gonna call her because after the evidence has been presented, there has to be some reconciliation with this.
All right. All right.
You know, another thing, Billy, because I've been so into the OJ case for like 3 years or whatever now. Some of his defense was rooted by third-party authors and conspiracy theorists that did come to OJ's defense team. And when they were able to kind of look into it and verify things about it, literally, probably some of it, the Furman tapes that led to his acquittal, it originally came from an author who was saying that this cop was racist and all this stuff, and they looked into it. So they a solid defense would use conspiracy theory or whatever if it can be admissible and credible in a courtroom. Yeah. But so they did do that with OJ, and I'm not saying it's a conspiracy theory. What they used, they found something that appeared to be a conspiracy, and it ended up being the truth. And the same thing could be done for Tyler Robinson, but they're not even. They're just. It's like Candice Owens don't even exist to them.
Check this out real quick, because I want your thoughts on this. Because a couple of people in the chat. Thomas Clayton, what's up, buddy? How you doing? And Bronx Thompson, what's going on?
Or are we playing too many MAGA people?
You know, and it's the thing, like, and I explained this in the beginning when I started playing these things, that this doesn't mean that I like any of these people. They just so happen to be right. So are we going to say, oh, well, we're not, they're talking factual stuff, but fuck them. I'm not listening to what they're saying at this point. And it's clearly wrong because he's a MAGA. Or he's whatever he is.
Well, the last dude, Brandon Tatum, he's a former cop. I'm not a fan of his. He's a Trump lover. I'm not.
Right.
I don't agree with that. He's pro-Zionist. I don't know, but he's in the courtroom. He's got a seat in the courtroom, and he's been doing all this daily reporting about it. And that was one of his videos. He's in the courtroom.
He's also making perfect sense. He's also making. Why haven't they used any of the evidence, so-called evidence, that Candice Owens brought to the table? Why?
Because
the defense is in on it. The only way to justify it, right? The only way to make it work is by saying that the defense is in on it. Go ahead and prove that one.
And that's what they're saying now, though.
Right. I know.
What he said is what people are actually saying. So it's in the delusion world.
That's the next step. It's never admitting, always kicking the can down the road. You never admit it. You never say, damn, that's true. You look for a way to justify your belief. That's what you look for, a way to say, well, they have to be in on it then. Well, let's go ahead and prove that one.
So who are we supposed to play clips of? Alex Jones? You know what I'm saying? Like and that's what Candice Owens.
I try not to play clips, right? I try to say it myself. They don't believe me. I'm not any of these people. I'm not getting paid.
Well, that dude he's in the courtroom. And one of the guys that you showed is like left-leaning Democrat side, and then you show a right-leaning MAGA guy, and they're kind of like, they're not even telling you their feelings. They're telling you factual evidence presented in court that is going to be used against him in the trial. And all I see the defense doing is they're trying to question DNA or something like that. It's, but I think they're trying to make sure he doesn't get executed at this point, because there's footage of him. He's there. I mean, what else do you want? Now they're going to say the video was made up. What's the other one? The data from the phone is from an Israeli company. Yeah, well, we said that before. Before you, that's why I said it before you played the video. Like I said, hey, he's Mac. So people know that I know that I know that you know that I know now you know. But it's like, but it goes back to the thing where it's like, all right, so if there's a person that is a Trump supporter that saw somebody get shot with his own two eyes and recorded it, because he's a Trump supporter, it's not believable. You know what I mean? So it's like it's delusion theory now, because like I said, I started off I wanted Tyler Robinson to be innocent, right? But it appears, according to the courts, that it ain't gonna be like that. You have people testifying under oath. So when you testify under oath, there's a penalty of perjury there.
Right.
So who's gonna risk their freedom to lie about some evidence about this kid, about a case that they're really not involved in, other than they're part of the forensics or the investigation, or here's another one too. He was stopped by a campus security guard. Is that made up? The campus security guard stopped him at 12 midnight or something like that, asked him some questions and took down his license plate and let him go. He didn't even know he ran into the accused killer.
Hey,
so that's
finish up. So
that's just a fact right there, that the kid was on the campus 2 hours or something, 3 hours away from his home. What's he doing there, driving his car at 12 midnight at a college campus the day after the shooting, the night of? He's over there at 12 midnight, and in his text messages, he's telling his trans boyfriend, I'm looking for the gun, and he describes loud crickets in his text message, and then the footage of his vehicle passing by, you could hear all the crickets. So you have like these multiple evidence that are all coinciding into one timeline and stuff, because they're using people's cameras from their houses and stuff. So so Tyler's describing what's going on around him in the text messages, and the camera is showing you that he's telling the truth. Now it's like, oh, well, that's an Israeli company. It's like, dude,
there's always something. It's always going to be something. We're getting up out of here. Listen, Bronx Stomper, I don't know what I missed. So apparently he was making a joke of some sort. I'm not sure.
Good.
I'm
we
not
don't care,
yeah,
Brock. We're not going to die over
I'm not
this.
cherry picking comments. It's just what I see, and that's what I put up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. I saw that, and I get hit with that a lot, bro. You know, so it's just like me trying to explain and hoping that people get why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, so my apologies, brother.
I can't read none of the comments. I don't have nothing on. I just got my cheap phone stuck here in my closet like Lindsey Graham.
Yeah. Shouts.
But Brock Stomper he's cool people. I see him in the Dons.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah. And everybody who hung around, what's going on? How are you? Everybody over on the infinitefringe.podbeam.com. It'll probably be Gorilla Underground by the end of the week. I appreciate you. Everybody who is still there after years of inactivity, I appreciate you. My gosh. And I hope we shed some light. I hope we provided a different perspective on what you're getting in this bubble that we are all a part of, that we are all residing inside. And the goal is, let's get out of this bubble, right? And I feel like I'm out of it, but I don't know for sure. You know, and I just want to bring everybody else with me. Let's get out of the bubble and let's start holding ourselves more accountable for what it is that we say and why it is that we say it. You know, I mean, we can all have opinions, but they should be evidence based. You know, they should be backed up with something, not just it's my gut. And if you know, you know, and I don't know, and whatever, and I know, but I don't know, and shit like that. You know,
Candice Rumsfeld.
Yeah,
Remember Donald Rumsfeld said that during Iraq. There are
Twisted, tell the people where they can find you, buddy.
You can find me running on the side of the road out here in Texas, pissing blood daily.
That's it.
Bumping Mob Deep and Tupac. That's where they'll find me. I'm on X, but whatever. I post videos that I do to save them, but people might think that I'm like posting it to promote them. I'll repost it so I can remember. Okay, save that video. So
I do that
there's like
too,
a bunch of
but
videos that are like, this dude's racist and gay.
Well, you are in the closet. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Lindsey Graham, this one's for you, homie.
My name is Billy Ray Valentine. What's going on, man? It is the Gorilla Underground. We might come back this week, you know, and talk a little more. I don't know. I have a conversation coming up with a couple of people, and we'll throw them up. Whether we do them live or not, I'm going to throw them up everywhere that they can be streamed. But go over to the infinitefringe.podbeam.com if you're a new listener, and subscribe there, because that's the main hub. So go over there and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. That's the infinitefringe.podbeam.com. It's going to be Gorilla Underground soon, and I'll link it up everywhere and make it look nice. Everybody in Rumble, let me go check out Rumble real quick before I get out of here, bro.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, everybody,
subscribe, comment, hit the hype button.
If you haven't subbed over at Rumble, at the America Unplugged channel, please do so. Birdhouse Blues is in the chat. Nostradamus, what's going on? How are you? Not a lot of people over there. Who else? The Nature Boy. I think Nature Boy left. What's up, Nature Boy? How you doing, bro? I don't know who else is there, but anybody that was. What's up?
You know what? And I'm not saying don't watch all the content. Watch conspiracy. I've been watching Zionist news. I don't believe in it, but I've been watching a lot of it from Israel. Right. You'd be surprised how they view us. Like they think we control them. They're like, we got to get America to stop dictating our foreign policy. I'm like, it's so crazy. We accuse them of what they're accusing us of. Right. So you start to see. And what the truth is, who knows?
Let's do this before we leave, actually. I should have asked you, where do you get your news? I do the same as you. I try to get everything. I try to, even stuff that I don't agree with, I listen to and see where it's coming from. But anyway,
where do you use from Don Jeffries? Go
ahead.
I don't know the names of the places, but there's a ton of whatever's going on in the world, I'll start, like in Ukraine, I'll start, whoever's pushing that, I go to there to get the news. Right now, I'm getting a lot of it from Zionists, in India, Pakistani news online. You can find this stuff. And the reason is because I need to step out of the America, and I just want to see what they think. And it's so confusing as to what is really going on. I do know this, that Israel doesn't have as much power as people like to think. Right. And that's been kind of tripping me out, because I watch hardcore neocon news. a lot of stuff. John Bolton and a lot of Wesley Clark. He has a channel. John Bolton, some of the most evil people out there. I'll go there and I just want to see what they're saying and how they view it. And
I try
to go to CNN and
I try to listen to everything, man. I try to listen to everything I can get my hands on, bro, and try to make my perspective that way. And if somebody says something I agree with, whether I don't like them, whether I like them or not, it's I agree with that. And
another good thing where I go is actually Grok. If you type in a question about a subject, it'll provide you a bunch of answers.
You got to do it the right way, though, Twisted. You got to put in the right thing because it can take you in a lot of different directions. So you have to phrase it specifically. I want to get what's up?
It puts a lot of links, so I don't really necessarily read the full. Like I'll click on the link, read the article. It'll provide you with a bunch of different articles. It doesn't mean it's the truth or whatever. It's just different information, and you kind of got to figure it out. Everybody's their own investigative consumer of material. But
all right, we're getting out of here, bro. Because otherwise we're gonna stay here forever. Nature Boy, what's good? Nature Boy is still around. Shouts to him. Go watch the Nature Boy and what he does.
Big dog.
Over at his channel. Bronx Stomper still hasn't left. He's still here. What's up, buddy? Thank you for being around. Liz the Iron Maiden was there. Colin Wysong was there. What's up, Birdhouse Blues? What's going on? S90. I don't know if you're still around. Dustin Helms. All of the people, all of the beautiful people. Thank you. My guy, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. We'll be back here on the Gorilla Underground. God bless you all. All right. Bye-bye.